Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Artificial intelligence has been creeping up on humanity ever since the dawn of computerization. So, why now? Actually, why not? Since everything else in our life has already become artificial, our lighting is artificial, our payments, our communication, our driving is soon to become artificial. So, it's natural, perhaps, that you would assume intelligence was also always going to become artificial. This leads humanity into a new dilemma. Some people are wooed by the idea of what AI will bring. Others are really fearful and concerned, and perhaps quite rightly, as AI meets robotics. But in the middle of all of this debate, we're at risk of forgetting just how great humanity is and how great human beings are. AI will never eclipse the best of the human beings, and it will never eclipse Nubuwa. After all, it was the human being who started mentioning the idea of accountability and the day of judgment. It was human beings that talked about a heaven and a hellfire. It was human beings who were able to tell people what they had eaten and what they had stored within their homes. So this will never be eclipsed by anything artificial. And even outside of prophethood, it's the human being that actually creates artificial intelligence. And at least in some part, Muslims are responsible because artificial intelligence relies on algorithms. An algorithm is the name of the very famous Muslim mathematician of the 8th century, Al Khawarizmi. So, the part of artificial intelligence that makes it artificial is the lack of its imagination. So it will never really bring forward a new idea in so much as take an existing idea and rework it for you. And it lacks a sense of emotion. It can never be compassionate. It certainly can be programmed with responses that are perceived to be compassionate, but it can never ever know what compassion really is. And so, if you set AI to one side and we look at angels, for example, angels we know had knowledge that was limited to their needs. We know this because Allah Almighty said in the verses of the Quran, بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة. Allah Almighty taught the names of all things and the values of all things to Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, and then presented this to the angels and said to the angels, well, tell me what these things mean. And the angels responded, قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا. Ya Allah, you know that we have no knowledge except that which you have bestowed upon us. We also know that angels don't really do emotion. They couldn't because it would interfere with their functions. After all, Sayyidina Israel alayhi salam can't really start honoring the elderly because of their age and can't sympathizing with the young because of their age. Sayyidina Israel alayhi salam has a role to carry out, and so angels don't do emotion. Perhaps for this reason, Allah Almighty never tasked the angels with the delivery of religion, because religion isn't a series of yes and no answers. Religion is not just a set of rights and wrongs. Religion is a matrix in which a human being develops. And this is something that the humans and people fail to understand. And so they even said, Ya Allah, why is an angel not coming to us? وَقَالُوا لَوْلَا أُنزِلَ عَلَيْهِمْ مَلَكٌ. Why doesn't an angel come down? Allah Ta'ala's response to that request was very telling and it was very conclusive. Allah Almighty said, وَلَوْ جَعَلْنَاهُ مَلَكًا لَقُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ وَهُمْ لَا يُنظَرُونَ. If we had made him an angel, the matter would have been long decided, and they would never have had an opportunity. Why? Because Deen is uh, a celebration of humanity trying to achieve its finest. Religion is something that has passed from a human being to a human being. Religion has come through generations, and those generations have needed personality and character. And for this reason, take whatever you want from AI, and I'm sure that it's going to bring a whole lot of good to the people. There's no doubt of this. But you can never ever take your religion. Why? Because deen is humanity, and AI will always ever just be a machine.